I'm packing up for my class tomorrow. I have my bag here with my drums and my rain stick, and this is the Mesa. And I found this deck inside of my bag that I forgot existed in there. This is from the last time I did an event here. This is like a little rune deck that I forgot I even got, and I pulled out runes last night. And oh my god, I saw one crow yesterday, and I was gonna look up the meaning of it, but I totally forgot about it because I was driving. Look at the bee! The bee came through already. So the bee says fruition, balance, abundance, cycles, rhythms, and harmony, and that's similar to some of the stuff that came through last night with the things. Anything else? We got something here that flipped. We have Fehu. I know Fehu is about like abundance and all of that. So Fehu is wealth, luck, abundance, energy, fertility. Yay! And then Nadus. The Nadus is need, resistance, creative friction, effort, delays. So there could have been delays, but then we've got Fowls. Looks like an M. It says teamwork, trust, harmony. So that was coming through last night too. So collaborating with the right people will help us to overcome delays, will help us to become more abundant, will help us to, get some things going. And then this one is Lagos or Laguz. Laguz is flow, memory, the unconscious, fate, karma, dreams. Just funny because I saw a thing from Alberto, who's the one who taught the munay rites to begin with, and he was talking about the difference of fate and destiny and all of that. And look it, he came through. So it is communication, insight, order, divine inspiration, and true vision. So we want to pay attention to the divine inspiration that's coming through right now, accessing our dreams, accessing the unconscious, collaborating with others, building our communities. Bringing things to fruition, the abundance, honoring the harmony and the cycles with teamwork, harmony, marriage, loyalty, trust, and any resistance, we can get creative within that and overcome it all with abundance, wealth, luck, and fertility, and all of those things. So yeah, that's that cute little deck I will be bringing out there with me. And I have another deck that I usually bring to this class because it is like the first, it was a part of the whole reason why I even got into this. The Spirit of the Wheel. So back when in 2015 my dog Honey Bunny Puppy brought me this from the pool yard where I was living, and we lived on Meeting House Road. There used to be an old reservation there and like a trading post there, and she brought this in. And I was like, this is weird. And instead of just like tossing it out like I would do with like any rock, I put this, and look at it. I put it in the house and I saved it. And then the next day, somebody was like, hey, listen to this podcast, Bapa da Boop. So I did. And the woman was talking about the munay rites and was like, oh yeah, so I'm going to share these with everybody long distance, Bapa da Boop. Find a round rock. And I was like, what? Right? And so I kept putting it off. I kept trying to find people, other places that I could, get the rights from around here. Because I was kind of like, I was still a Reiki 1 and I didn't understand how powerful energy could be through distance. And I was like, nah. And then I went to a fair one day. I met people who had done the rights, but they didn't want to give me the rights. And then from that place, I left and I went to another place nearby, Open Doors. It has crystals and decks and things like that. And I walked in, opened a magazine. It was like, are you called to be a modern day shaman? And I was like, that's so weird. And then I went over to pick out a new deck. And this was the deck that I ended up choosing. And it had the Stone of Self on it, which reminded me of this. And this literally is the exact same size as a pie stone that you would get from like Shaman's Market. It was just so many weirdnesses that made me be like, okay, I guess I'm doing this. So this is the deck that led me to doing it, but I came late. Like, she was teaching people and I came late. So my expectation, wasn't up there, but it exceeded my expectations. It put it into a whole new direction with illumination and active growth. and I had to trust my path, you know. So I caught up to the other people, and she gave me all the rites long distance, and I didn't get like the manual or things like that, but I did get the energy. And I started giving the rights to others, and there was a person in my community who knew that I was giving the rights to others, but they didn't think that I was doing it right because I didn't have the manual and all of that. So they gave me their manual, and I opened it up, and like the stuff that I was telling people, teaching people, doing with people was all in there, down to the prayer that I printed out to give to people to open sacred space, because I was like, oh, let's get a prayer. And I picked it out just unknowingly, and then I come to find out it's the exact same prayer that the man who brought us the munay key used. So there was a lot of things that just kind of came about from that, but this is the other card that just came through. So unconditional love, partnerships, rejuvenation. Munay means love, key means energy. This is love energy. It's about balancing the feminine and masculine, you know, awakening ourselves to a whole new perspective, activating the luminous energy field. I haven't had a migraine headache since getting these. You process disease on an energetic level, so you can usually get more tired than other types of symptoms. And there's 9 rites, so each rite is different. There's so much that goes into it. But this is my Mesa that I kind of unknowingly built, because again, I was gifted things. This was gifted to me, this was gifted to me, this was gifted to me, this was gifted to me. Everything here was gifted to me. The drums I made, one is elk and one is deer. I went to a place and made them, and it all just came together. It was all just what I was supposed to be doing, so I did it. But the Mesa built itself. A lot of people go and they like work and learn to build a Mesa. My Mesa built itself because I was given a cloth, and I was given all the like, and I was just like throwing things in here and packing it up unknowingly that what I was really doing. But then I ended up realizing over time, because people were like, hey, I think you built a Mesa. And I was like, oh. And then someone gifted me this big one, which is like a $300 cloth. And you can get these on Shaman's Market. And then I did go to do the direction of the South with somebody that's you know, she's trained to do all that stuff. But I already had a lot of the stuff in here. I was kind of already doing it. And then I just didn't get to go back to do the other directions, but it built itself. And every time I look into a book or read about this type of stuff, I get confirmation about it, because like when I first woke up, my way of connecting with spirit was just go outside at night and sit under the stars like endlessly for hours. People thought I was crazy. I got telescopes and stuff. I would just sit out there. And then I got a book, a big ass book about shamanism and building your Mesa and all of that. And yeah, in it, the shamans were like, if you want to connect with spirit, you want to, you know, enhance your intuition, you want to, you know, meet your spirit family, go outside and stare at the stars. And I was like, what the hell? So, and the other thing is, like, you can use this to hold your tools, but you can also use it as like a pocket and stuff like that. When you wrap it up, everything has meaning. So it's like the feminine and the masculine are each side. We're connecting with the earth energy, pulling it up, and then the star energy pulling it down to make a medicine bundle that travels around with you, so you could do your healings with it. And so then I wrap it up with this, and that is what I use when I do. I should put them back available, because I took them off at one point, but I used to do these for people. Like, I would offer long distance healing with this. So I set it all up, and I do things with it, and I record the whole process, and it's kind of like a guided healing session, like a meditation, and you can see what I do throughout the whole thing, but you can also lay down and listen to it and receive the energy from it. I used to do a lot of them, actually. I don't know why I took them off. Kind of just happens over time. Sometimes I feel like guided to take things off. And then with this thing, this is actually a belt from Peru that they make. And each place that's there, like the people who make these types of things, they have their own patterns. So like they will know specifically who made it based off of like the patterns that you can see on the stuff that's been made. But I wrap mine up like this. A lot of people use a thinner one to do this, because I don't wear the belt. But when I do healings, I can use the belt in the healing to like pull energy off of people. Or one time I put it onto somebody in a figure 8, and the woman that I was there with doing, like, we were both there for energy healing, like a discounted clinic setting, and she had been learning all about womb healing, and in her notes she had a picture of a woman laying down with a figure 8 on her for womb healing, and she came over and she's like, oh my god, you're doing a womb healing. So I was like unknowingly doing it. But those are the types of things that happen. It's just constant synchronicity, constant confirmation, constant connections to things. So yeah, I'm all set to go teach the munay key tomorrow here at my place. And I was guided to show you that. And this is my little he's cute. I have another drum downstairs too, but yeah, that is that.